inverse trig functions. On the calculator, if I do inverse sine a half, I get 30 degrees. This is an inverse trig function. This is the cosine function. Clearly it would not pass the horizontal line test. There are multiple points of intersection. So it does not have an inverse function unless we restrict its domain. So now the domain is restricted between 0 and pi radians. So this has an inverse, and that inverse is this on the calculator. And reflecting this graph in the line y equals x gives this graph for the inverse cosine function. The domain and range have swapped over. Here is the sine function. This is not a one-to-one function. With this restricted domain between minus pi over 2 to plus pi over 2, we now have a one-to-one function, so this has an inverse, so we can reflect the graph here in the line y equals x to get the following. The graph of tan x, again, this would fail the horizontal line test, so we need to restrict the domain between minus pi over 2 and pi over 2, like this. And then we can reflect the graph in the line y equals x to get the following. And the domain and range here have swapped over.